John Cena has a reported article where he calls Roman Reigns the GOAT. What he said what separates Roman Reigns, how when he was the man at the top for the titles versus himself and others like Ric Flair, is the fact that he don't always have to be there to do it. The elevation that he puts in around the performers that he worked with and worked through, like they can carry out a program. Like you see how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn there, and we just talking last week on Monday. They can carry out the program for him while he not even there. If he wanted to, he ain't got to come to SmackDown. Paul Heyman and the Usos and Solo can carry out the same. They can get the program pushed forward. He don't. It's rare you've seen that. Even with Evolution, Triple H had to be there, 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 there. When Ric Flair was at the top, he had to be there, 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 there. The Roman Reigns elevation around his cousins and whatnot. And you got to think about it. It is an elevation because they've never had the titles that long, especially not two collectively until they align themselves in the bloodline. It's the honest truth. So it's benefited them. They the only family in WWE history to main event both WrestleManias. You can't take nothing away from that, bruh. Ain't nobody ever done that, bruh. Then they've been on a hot streak kind of lately. What? And especially Solo Sikoa when it comes to pay-per-views. What? They got the man on the DVD in Walmart for the 2000, what was it, 2022 or something, 21 Survivor Series that they won. They just won the last pay-per-view that they won. And then they probably going to win this one too. What was it, Backlash? Yeah, they just won at Backlash in a 6-man tag match. They kind of on fire a little bit. Yeah, they kind of on fire a little bit. But yeah, he got all the potential in the world to take it to another level. But I feel like we had better writers back then than we do now. The writers ain't the same compared to the way they do. It's always like they writing a step behind instead of a step forward, and that's why you see stagnation for a few weeks or for a few shows until the storyline kind of furthers itself out. But John Cena, right? You looking at the new GOAT. You looking at the new champ, the new tribal chief. How many times he done beat John Cena? I don't even know if John Cena ever beat him. As far as I remember, I can't. I don't recall. I don't recall it. Well, he beat him with those promos. Promos are so overrated. AJ Styles probably the best power for power wrestler in the world. None of y'all can tell me none of his promos except the statement that he normally says, "This is the house that AJ Styles built." Can't nobody quote every other promo he done said throughout this year. RVD is top tier goaded. Can't nobody give you all his they can't really a promo is something a segment that you had, not a Mr. Monday Night pay-per-view. That's a statement. A promo is 5 minutes, 6 minutes of you just boop 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 with dialogue. They can't do that. Chris Benoit, he's not bad at promos. And he's Chris Benoit, RVD, two of my favorites. Tell me one of his promos. Everybody overrate Eddie Guerrero, even though he's super cold too. I ain't gonna say overrate him, but the way they y'all put him, he ain't no Austin Rock Taker or nothing. He up there is like a top tier guy, but he ain't no top 5 or nothing, bro. No. And then tell me some of Eddie promos. You can't. Triple H cut better promos than most of them, honestly, because they're memorable. Promos ain't just about how you say it and what you deliver. A person should be able to go away for 2 weeks to 3 weeks to a month and remember that segment of what you said. A lot of people cut promos and we forget about it next week. Like how I've been babying Sasha for the longest until I've been getting called out. But I'm not a big promo guy, so I've never cared. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I give her a pass for promos. I give Roman Reigns passes until he finally get a little bit better for promos. My favorites don't really do promos. I care about the work. RVD, Benoit, my guys. Rhino, the Test, Edge, Booker, Rock. I like aggression. I like versatility. Some pizzazz to the kick ass. Like, you feel me? uniqueness. Shit, a lot of these niggas' favorite wrestlers. I mean, Cody can. Y'all talking about some promos or whatnot, but the nigga's still boring as hell. What the fuck? I don't care about no promos. The promos even boring. My story, my story, my story. You talking about the story that never manifested before you left WWE? The story that never manifested when you was at AEW? The story that's only manifested because they overpaid you, so we have to push you to a certain level? That story? Bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Cody probably like, damn, bro, I catch a straight just because. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. I mean, Seth overrated a little bit too. Dude be doing the same shtick every year. Stupid dive, bro. I will pay for Seth Rollins to stop diving outside the turnbuckle. Outside the ropes, bro. That mess looks stupid, bro. It looked cringe. I hated when him and Dean used to do that. I did. That's why I never really cared for the Shield like that. I cared for Roman Reigns featuring them little niggas, but I've never really cared for them. I feel like the only time I cared for Seth when he was early in the Shield, when he had his hair half and half, when it was blonde and black. Yep, because it gave a unique look and he didn't talk so much. Now he just obnoxious. The moveset is pretty much the same every single time you see him. Overrated through the roof. Like he kind of is to me, but Cody is too. They are too many overrated wrestlers in WWE. It's kind of like that interview in basketball. With DeMar DeRozan and Paul George was talking about is LeBron James' son better than a lot of cats that's in the league right now, and that's kind of how this is. Yes, bro. A lot of them cats, bro, they kind of weak. Need to step their game up. These niggas on Roman Reigns be at the shows every single week. I had a dude holler at me talking about some. Well, until Trish Stratus main events WrestleMania, and until she has 2 belts, she'll never be as good as Becky Lynch. Bro. Trish Stratus barking was a bigger draw than Becky Lynch winning both titles. Stop it, bro. Don't nobody care about none of that mess, bro. You tripping, bro. You tripping. I like Becky better when before she became the man. She was a better pure wrestler. Every time they give you this push, they add all this whole booby bull with you. You can't just go hard. Like she went harder physically in the ring when she was the last kicker. The same thing with Carmelo Hayes before he won an NXT championship. They do this mess to everybody. As soon as they get to a little top or to a tier, they dumb them down a little bit. Think about Roman Reigns. He was more heelish before he won the titles and aligned himself with the bloodline. When you think about it, even if you just look at his face, that wreck everyone and leave and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, I need to see him looking like that each week. Dude, you got jet black long hair and you're a villain. Stop ponytailing it and sitting in the back and whoop-de-woo. Start destroying something. I need to see that mess regularly. Start destroying something. Pre-Shield Day. I mean, Shield Days. Something, bro. Take it to some level. Like, bro, start running amok or something, bro. I need to see that, bro. You and Solo need to start revoking, like, havoc. When we ever gonna get a SmackDown, dude? It ain't nothing but a 2-hour show. When we gonna get a Bloodline ran SmackDown where y'all just run through everybody? It was like, ain't nobody getting the match off. We running through everybody. And you got to get a Bloodline they credit. They copying in the Rock footsteps and whatnot. Didn't they have the day one pay-per-view or something? That's basically branded after them. That's right when they was doing their day one-ish. Bloodline has been a big factor in the WWE. And when you think about it, has Evolution really just, had they ever had their own pay-per-view? I don't really know. When Triple H was the champion, did they ever have both titles? I don't think so. I don't think any member, when they was currently in said faction, ever had both titles at the same heavyweight titles at the same time. You can't even count the new Raw title. It's not even active. You can't have an active title until you have a winner for it. You see why it's just sitting on the case, right? And ain't in nobody's hands, lifted or used in no matches. So until May 29th, it's 2 titles for me. I'm not even acknowledging that title like that right now. We don't have a champion. We don't have a champion. So everybody's so happy and quick to get the belts off Roman and whoop-de-woo and put a new belt in the picture. Y'all don't even realize y'all hyping a belt right now that currently has no legitimacy, bruh. Even with Seth, if he even eventually wins, y'all better off letting AJ Styles win. He the better wrestler anyway, for one. And then two, he is. AJ Styles night and day better than Seth Rollins. In the X division, he was better than the Seth Rollins y'all see today, bro. Shield, post-shield, whatever. It don't matter, bro. Seth overrated, bro. I don't care what nobody say. It's too much overrated in wrestling. And because we got so many irish type cats, everybody gonna look like they're a big deal. They will. Dude, unless you just new talent, you probably didn't think much about RVD until he started getting pushed. I was rocking with RVD the minute he got there. Been rocking with him in ECW. Unless you just new talent, you wasn't messing with Chris Juan and Guerrero like that when they was the Radicals. You had to wait to see what they could bring and how they was going to get used and pushed. Unless you just new talent, you had to know about Brock Lesnar as soon as he got pushed. You just couldn't see a star when you knew a star. I knew a star as soon as I saw the man. Recorded every single match Brock did on VHS tapes. Every single one of them. I'm not trying to hear it. You know a star when you see it. Sean O'Hare, whatever. You know a star when you see it. And if they don't live up to the potential, so what? Like, look at Tess. Tess was a alright mid-card type guy. If you put him in this era, he'll probably heavyweight champion, bro. Look how Vince trying to push Von Wagner, future WrestleMania main eventer. You mean to tell me if we clone Tess and put him here today, he wouldn't be? Sean O'Hare, he wouldn't be? Stop it, bro. You either got an eye for this mess or you don't. Anybody can start. I knew about John Cena when he was the prototype. Come on, bro. A lot of y'all internet smarts and stuff, dude. I used to buy all them wrestling magazines. I used to study wrestling. I had my own computer before the internet was even popping in my own room. The average person barely had a computer in their house in the early 2000s. And if you did, it was in your mama room. Facts. Because our first computer started in her room. We had to start going in her room too much to use it. So I got my own.